So hi guys, hi, hello. In this video, we are going to be learning about about United Nations. Yes. So hi. So first, yes. So first of all, United Nations. So what is United Nations? So United Nations is actually like a company, but it is not from India, and it is not from India, and India haven't made it. And also, so many of you know that as the World War One broke out in August 1914, it was a terrible war in which several nations of the world were involved. But it caused a lot of destruction. After it caused a lot of destructions, several nations came together, and after coming together they decided they should make a peacemaking organization. Yes, it is like an organization, it is not a company. And after that, after a few years of peace, again World War II broke out. So actually United Nations was made after World War II, and it was made in September. It broke out in September 1939. And then after that, when was United Nations made? Nations was born in the year 1945. So before Indian independence was on 1947, and it was made on 1945. So a set of rules. See, so right now there are about 195 nations that joined the United Nations. So they have to follow a set of rules. So they are called Charter of the United Nations. So if any country doesn't follow, then he is not allowed in the United Nations, and it is a policy that every country should follow the Charter of the United Nations. And also, South Sudan was the newest country to join the United Nations. South Sudan became independent on 9 July 2011. So there is a new UN building in New York. There is a United Nations building in New York, and also so there is a United Nations building in New York, and also the United Nations. It contains of many organs. Yeah, it contains many organs. So it is not complicated. I will be telling you only till here. Till here, even there is no need to learn that much, but I will be telling you till here. So the General Assembly, it is the main organ of the UN. But first, let us discuss about the aims of the UN. First one, to maintain international peace and security. So the main aim of the UN are discussed already. I already told you. And also disputes are discussed at meetings, and efforts are made to find peaceful situations. Like imagine America and India are in a war. Actually, they are not, and they will never get into a war. And also, what happens is that if they get into a war, then United Nations sends its peacekeeping force to come and then make an peace. It prevents. Then there is no war, or even if there is war, there is lesser destruction. And also, to develop friendly relations between nations, India and Pakistan is one big example. India and Pakistan, to encourage respect for human rights and freedom for all nations, from freedom for all people, to achieve international cooperation in solving economic and social problems, to encourage kids and people to get a proper education. And UN will never ever enter in the domestic affair of any country. Like if there is anything like a road should be made, a store should be made, anything that should be made inside the country, the UN cannot interfere in that. And also to help fight diseases and preserve the environment. And and also, here are some principles of the United Nations. All countries that are members of the United Nations are equal, however developed or undeveloped they may be. So all countries are equal to the UN. And also, all countries that are members of the UN must obey the charter, and countries must try to settle their differences by peaceful means. And the UN will not interfere in the domestic affairs of any country, as I've already told you before. And now the structure of UN. The General Assembly, the Security Council, the Secretariat, the Economic and Social Council, there should have been the International Court of Justice, and the Trusteeship Council. So let me tell you about all these. So the General Assembly. The General Assembly was the main organ of UN. It is made up all of 193 member countries, and each country has one vote. It meets every year. Discussions on all actions of the UN are handled the General Assembly. So it is like a place where meetings are held, and every member country can put forward its ideas and opinions. Based on the discussions, decisions are taken on what action should be taken, and members decide routine matters with a simple majority vote, and more. And also, now is the Security Council. It is actually the most powerful organ of the UN. It is responsible for maintaining international peace. And if a war breaks out, the Security Council meets whenever there is any threat to peace, and it also meets if a nation has a complaint against other nation. All the member countries have to accept its decisions. The Security Council has only 15 members. 5 of them have permanent seat, and they also have power of veto. They are United States of America, United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China. So let me just tell you a little bit. I'll just give you an example of veto power. Like if there is a war between America and South Sudan, then what happens is that America can do whatever it wants. The UN cannot interfere because it has the power of veto. America can choose if the UN should come and make any peace in between, or the UN should not do anything. And that also happened. Yes, I- America and South Sudan fought, and then after America and Sudan fought, and then after that America came and took over their land, and UN could not do anything. And they are, as I've told, America, United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China. Yeah. Now the secretariat. The people who work in the UN, that is the staff members from the secretariat, and it carries out the day-to-day work of the UN. The head of the secretariat is the Secretary General. He or she carries out the decisions of the Security Council, and he or she is a powerful person. Yeah, they are a very powerful person, as I've already told you who he or she is. And the Secretary General is chosen for 5 years by the General Assembly, and currently he is Antonio Guterres, and he is also the Prime Minister of Portugal. And now here are the special agencies. So special agencies of the UN are carried out work. Much of the work of UN is carried out by specialized agencies. They deal with food aid, health, education, environment, and agriculture. Member countries pay for the work of these agencies. The richer the nation is, more it pays. So if there is any poor country, okay, if there is any poor country which has less money, it pays less money. But if there is a very rich nation like UK, Russia, China, or any other very strong country, then it has to pay more. And here are the agencies. They are Unicef, UNESCO, WHO, and FAO or FAO. Okay, let me tell you about these. First one is the United Nations Children's Fund, or the UNICEF. UNICEF is responsible for the welfare of the children all over the world. It concludes programs, especially in for developing countries, to ensure that the food, health, and the educational needs of children are met. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization (UNESCO) was established in the UN in 1946. United Nations was made in 1945, and it was made in 1946. And also its aim is to encourage nations to work together in the areas of education, science, and culture. The UNESCO educates people about health and farming methods, spreading scientific knowledge, teacher training, and culture exchange of students and teachers between countries. So next is WHO. It is established in 1948. Its aim is to improve the health of the people worldwide, and it also provides help and training for the health workers to fight against diseases such as malaria, tuberculosis, and AIDS. It promotes research in health and medicine. It also provides information about outbreaks of epidemics. I wasn't showing. So I forgot to show the slide. Yes, this is Antonio Guterres. This is Antonio Guterres. As I told you, the Secretariat. This is Antonio Guterres. And next is this is the UNICEF logo of UNICEF. WHO. This is a snake, and here is FAO, and then ILO, International Labour Organization. Yes. So now let me tell you about WHO. It provides help. Okay, I told about WHO right now, and now is FAO, Food and Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO), and its main aim is freedom from hunger. And every human in the world needs food to survive, and it is he can get food from anywhere, and it helps nations to increase food production. It provides them with in getting better seeds, controlling crop and animal diseases. And next one, it is the International Labour Organization (ILO). So the aim of ILO is to improve the working conditions of the living standard of the working class. So yeah, this was very small. It is just to improve the working conditions and living standards of the working class. Yes, it improves the working condition of normal people and poor people. And then also India's contribution to the United Nations. So here are some of them. Indian India also sent. I told you about peacekeeping force. Yes, it is like a kind of, it is like, yeah. Oh no, yeah. Like it is an army kind of, which helps to maintain peace all over the world, not country. And India is not a permanent member of the UN Security Council, but however, India has been elected several times for veto. I mean, for a Security Council, for seat in Security Council in 15 members, it doesn't have. Like in 1984 and 1991, India played a prominent role in putting forward the concerns of developing countries at the United Nations. So after that, so bye guys, bye. Please like, share and subscribe this video.